Tonight on Night Owls, buzz, buzz, and it ain't Santa Claus.
Christmas drones.
That's right.
Let's get to it then.
Welcome to Night Owls.
What's up, guys?
Like, subscribe, and it's got a story for you.
Well, not a story, more
No,
just like
more like a concern.
topic of conversation and possible concern. I would
some
say
ridiculousness.
concern. Everybody's been seeing, I'm sure, about these drones flying around over the continental United States, right?
Well, mostly, but New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
Jersey, Pennsylvania,
New York, Staten Island's actually got some.
New York, Connecticut.
Yeah,
I think Virginia was having some.
It's that whole East Smorgasbord up there.
But now there's been sightings in Florida, I heard.
Where?
I don't know.
Florida.
Yeah. There's been a number of sightings in Florida.
It's got to probably be North Florida, I would think.
I don't know. I'm not sure where. They didn't say where. But interesting, there's a woman I follow online named Carmen Estelle, and she had videos of drones that she took from her backyard. She's in California. So there's...
Oh, they're in Cali too?
Yeah, they're definitely in California now also.
Drones in Florida fall under the category of FAFO.
Of what?
FAFO. FAFO.
What's a FAFO?
Let's fuck around and find out. We're going to shoot them out of the sky.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they're not going to be buzzing around too long here in Florida.
Nah. As soon as one of them people up there in North Florida sees that flying around his cabin, that drone's coming down. But here's the kicker. The FBI are saying, oh, they're manned drones. Don't shoot them down. You can injure somebody. Well, first of all, what does a bunch of little Chinamen or somebody running around in them drones trying to scoop up? There's many stories about why these drones are flying over the United States.
I have heard a lot of different theories.
There was anything from they were searching for radioactive material.
Okay, but there's like a few different variations of that one, right?
Yeah.
So there's like, I heard some stuff about there was like nukes that went missing from like Russia area, something like that. Like maybe some like 10 years ago, something like that. That they don't know what happened to them. Then I heard that there was some nuclear stuff with nukes or something. I don't know if Australia has nuclear weapons, but there was something stolen from Australia.
No, that's for another story. We're going to talk about that.
I know what you're talking about with the lab thing.
That's next episode.
But they also mentioned Australia with a nuclear possibility. Then there was one that they were talking about. There was a shipment coming into New Jersey.
The Sioux Cape bombs?
No, there was a shipment coming into New Jersey with some like nuclear stuff.
Yeah.
And when the storage container got there, it had been like broken open and tampered with and stuff, and then there was nothing inside.
Yeah,
and that was in Jersey.
I can't believe most of the stuff that they're saying, because anything that these current people are saying are usually lies and deceit. But
then did you hear the congressman though that said about how
the Iranian ship?
No, they were talking about, that's another one.
Yeah.
But they're still on the nuclear tip. They were talking about, with how the border's been open, that's something that everybody was fearing was like a dirty bomb getting across the border or whatever. And there was a congressman that was saying something like that. There was also another congressman that was saying what you were talking about with, like, there's an Iranian mothership with the drones and stuff, and they're doing like surveillance and reconnaissance and stuff over the military bases, because these things have been flying in some weird areas.
And they've been flying for like months.
Yeah, it's been a minute now, right?
And they're saying that they're not authorized to shoot them down. Well, first of all, they flew over. Check this story out. So some dude decides, I don't know if he was a cop or not, but he decides he's going to fly his own drone to chase these drones.
Okay.
It starts chasing the drone, which is now fleeing, and the drone goes over the military airspace of the base. That drone is fine, but the man's drone he was chasing it with gets blasted out of the sky by some EMF or whatever the hell they blast that. They have technology to kill drones. So it blasted his drone, but it didn't blast the main big drone.
Oh, that's crazy. I never heard that.
That kind of says to me, maybe, that it was the military drone. I mean, who knows? But now they're setting up all types of law enforcement and drone patrols. Like, you can't make this shit up.
So then another theory is, I heard people talking about, like that it's a foreign country, foreign military, whatever, doing the surveillance or doing the reconnaissance thing.
Could be.
That could be Iran, that could be China, it could be a lot of different people at this point, right? And then there's another thing that they were saying that the drones could possibly be that they're all our own government. And what they're trying to do is get a rise out of the people so that people are all concerned about drones, and now the government can step in and say, hey, now we're going to regulate some laws on these drone things, and regular civilians can't have drones and stuff, and set a precedent to make drones not so easily obtainable, or to make some sort of registry. And the reason for that being because they saw just how crazy and lethal all this drone shit has been in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Like Ukraine.
Not only Ukraine, everywhere.
But with what they've been using them for in Ukraine and on the battlefield.
Yeah, they carry little missiles.
Is revolutionized the warfare over there, and to where soldiers are carrying shotguns again to take them down.
The drone came in and shot at his house.
So like I think it's possible that they worried about in the future how civilians could use drones in whatever way that they won't want us to, or that they don't like,
We're also talking about drones that are the size of cars. Small cars like VWs.
Well, for what I just said, you got to make it so they're visible, right? Because if you can't see them, if people won't get alarmed. They need everybody to get all alarmed about it, so people are like, oh, there needs to be laws about these drones, and then they pass these laws, and now we can't have drones.
Did you see the one drone that they invented that actually carries a little explosive cap, and they fly it into somebody's head? They used a gelatin dummy, and they flew it into the guy's head, and it actually blew a hole through his whole... So they could target you with these AI drones and just take your ass out in the middle of Publix, shopping for some ham and cheese.
Man, that'd be the worst sandwich ever.
Especially when you're getting ripped off for like $15 on a sub that has 2 pieces of meat on it. That ain't cool.
So, I got my own theory with these drones.
Oh, please. Let us know.
I think they're Christmas drones.
We're dropping off the presents early.
Exactly. Okay. One thing that
there's like elves in them.
There's one thing for so many years that, like, kids have said to their parents when they're starting to, like, not believe in Santa Claus or whatever, right?
Yeah, and they're like, this little Tommy.
They're like, how does Santa get all over the world?
Oh.
In one night?
That's a good point.
And up till now, we've had to be like, it's magic. It's Santa magic. It's North Pole magic, right? And then some kids are like, oh, okay, it must be the magic. And then there's other kids that are like, you telling me Santa getting through the whole parallel universe time-lapse continuum thing with the time he's got to deliver all these presents?
I can recommend Red One, though. Red One's a good... they used drones in that movie.
Oh, did they? Yes, okay, so I didn't even know that.
He's not far from the truth here.
But now you don't gotta just believe, oh, it's Santa magic anymore. Because now, if they use drones, Santa could be everywhere in one night.
With hundreds of drones.
And you know how many presents you can deliver with Volkswagen bug-sized drones all over the eastern seaboard? I mean, Santa covered.
I wonder what Hanukkah's going to look like. What are they flying around?
Like, what kind of vehicles are they going to need to use for the 8 days of Hanukkah?
I mean, eight days of drones.
I want to see mechs come in.
You know what?
Presents.
And the best part is, instead of it being like, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
L'chaim.
people gonna save a lot of cookies.
Yeah, you don't
unless there's a claw.
You don't gotta leave cookies out for Santa no more. Now you gotta leave.
You gotta leave oil.
You gotta leave oil out.
Yes.
You gotta leave oil out for the
maybe a
drones.
9-volt battery.
Yeah.
Put a 9-volt battery.
Charging stations next to your Christmas trees.
Besides, he's going to be on a diet this year anyway. RFK is coming into the HHS, and he ain't letting Santa eat no cookies anymore. So if we had one word of advice to you, number one, none of you crazy sons of bitches go out there and start shooting the drones down, because what goes up must come down.
Very true.
And if you miss, some innocent person sitting in the house can get shot. So let's stay away from doing that. If you have a lasso and you're good, you might be able to do it that way. Nobody gets hurt. But just be safe out there, and you all have a merry Christmas, and I'll let him finish this one.
I would just like to mention one thing on the Christmas tip. Nobody leave no keto or no gluten-free cookies for Santa Claus, okay?
That's just disrespectful.
Leave the man alone. He been through enough.
Give that man some chips.
He doing a big job.
Yep. You got to keep them those calories.
Give him some proper cookies.
Or give him some proper chalk and chips.
Santa deserves some proper
And he don't like macaroons, so don't leave no macaroons, man. You might get some cold.